Welcome back to the channel Valuable Coins HD. Today, we're going on a journey through time to explore the fascinating story, design, rarity, and surprising value of the 1974 Ike dollar with mint marks. By the end of this video, you will understand why this coin, often overlooked in pocket change and old collections, has become a true favorite for collectors. To understand the significance of the 1974 Eisenhower dollar, we need to step back into the early 1970s. A time of global change, political tension, and national pride. America was still recovering from the events of the 1960s, and the country had recently said goodbye to one of its most respected military leaders and presidents, Dwight D. Eisenhower. As a tribute to his leadership, both as the Supreme Allied Commander of World War II and as the 34th President of the United States, the U.S. Mint introduced the Eisenhower dollar in 1971. These coins were the first dollar coins struck by the United States Mint since the peace dollar ended in 1935, and their release created massive excitement. People lined up to get the new dollar coins, and collectors immediately noticed their bold design and large size. The Eisenhower dollar brought back the feeling of classic American silver dollars, big, heavy, and impressive, even though the circulating versions no longer contained silver. By 1974, the Eisenhower dollar was in full production at multiple U.S. mint facilities. The Philadelphia Mint struck coins with no mint mark, while the Denver Mint struck the 1974 D version. The San Francisco Mint produced special proof strikes for collectors, marked with the letter S. Each mint mark version tells its own story, its own level of rarity, and its own appeal to coin enthusiasts. The Philadelphia version, with no mint mark, had a large mintage, but collectors quickly learned that this does not make high-grade examples easy to find. These coins often show bag marks, small scratches, and scuffs from the heavy steel storage bins used at the mint. The Ike dollar is a large coin, and the bigger the coin, the easier it is for marks to appear. So while millions of 1974 Eisenhower dollars were produced, true gem-quality pieces from Philadelphia remained scarce and highly valued. The Denver Mint also produced its own version, the 1974 D Eisenhower dollar, carrying the D mint mark just below Eisenhower's neck on the obverse. Denver was known for strong, sharp strikes, but even so, this large copper-nickel dollar still suffered from the same issue, heavy contact with other coins during production. Finding a Denver 1974 Ike dollar with flawless surfaces, blazing luster, and original mint brilliance is far harder than most people imagine. Collectors who know the series understand just how quickly these heavy coins can accumulate marks, and then there are the spectacular proof versions struck in San Francisco. These coins were never meant for circulation. They were produced with polished dies, specially prepared planchets, and a slower, more precise striking process. The result is a coin with mirror-like fields, frosted details, and a level of beauty that makes the Eisenhower portrait stand out with astonishing clarity. The S mint mark on these coins immediately tells collectors that they came from the proof sets issued by the mint that year. Yet even proof coins can lose value when scratched or mishandled. Only those with pristine surfaces and deep cameo contrast truly achieve top dollar status. Now let's take a moment to appreciate the iconic design that makes the 1974 Eisenhower dollar so memorable. On the obverse, the portrait of Dwight D. Eisenhower is bold, confident, and commanding, a perfect tribute to a man who played major roles in world history. The sculpting captures the shape of his face, the strength of his jawline, and the determined expression that defined his leadership. Surrounding his portrait, the inscriptions "Liberty" and "In God We Trust" frame the design, while the date 1974 anchors the coin's presentation. Flip the coin over, and you are greeted by one of the most striking reverses ever placed on a dollar coin. Inspired by the Apollo 11 moon landing mission insignia, the reverse features a bald eagle descending toward the lunar surface with an olive branch in its talons. The Earth floats above the scene, symbolizing hope, exploration, and unity. This breathtaking artwork was a tribute to America's triumph in space and its global achievements. The words United States of America and $1 complete the reverse design, while a ring of stars reminds viewers of the nation's enduring strength. Collectors admire the 1974 Eisenhower dollar not only for its design but also for the challenge it presents. High-grade Ike dollars are tough to find, and they require careful searching. Most coins were heavily circulated, used in casinos, and handled roughly for years. That's why the condition of your 1974 Ike dollar matters more than most people realize. A coin with sharp details, smooth fields, glowing luster, and minimal marks can bring far more than its face value. Grading services like PCGS and NGC evaluate these coins using strict standards. A coin graded MS65 or higher represents a rare survivor of the minting process. Coins graded MS66, MS67, or even higher become exceptionally desirable. Collectors love finding that special coin that has managed to stay untouched by time, movement, or handling, and then there's the excitement of discovering mint errors. The Eisenhower dollar series is known for several fascinating varieties and mistakes, including double dies, off-center strikes, broad strikes, die cracks, and missing elements. Any of these unusual features can dramatically increase the value of the 1974 Eisenhower dollar. Error collectors appreciate unique pieces because no two error coins are exactly the same. Now it's time for the moment every coin lover waits for, the value reveal. While most 1974 Eisenhower dollars are worth only a few dollars in circulated condition, the story completely changes when an extraordinary example appears at auction. One breathtaking, high-grade specimen with a mint mark stunned collectors and set a benchmark few expected. The highest recorded auction price for a 1974 Eisenhower dollar with mint mark reached an astonishing amount of $4,700. Yes. A coin meant for everyday spending transformed into a valuable collector treasure simply because it survived in superior condition. So always check your 1974 Eisenhower dollars carefully. You never know when an overlooked coin from your drawer, your old jar, or your family collection might turn out to be worth far more than you imagined. Today, we're going to explore the 1972 Eisenhower dollar with mint mark, uncovering its history, its design, its rarity, and the surprising value it can hold when you find the right example. Stick with me to the end, because the auction price of one exceptional specimen will truly amaze you. The year is 1972, and America is in a period of change. The Vietnam War, the Cold War, and a decade of cultural shifts had shaped the country, and Americans were looking for symbols of stability, leadership, and pride. Dwight D. Eisenhower, the 34th president and a legendary World War II general, had long been admired for his strength, integrity, and guidance. The Eisenhower dollar, first introduced in 1971, became a fitting tribute to this iconic figure. Its large size, bold design, and strong symbolism captured the imagination of the public and collectors alike. In 1972, the Eisenhower dollar was minted at 3 locations. The Philadelphia Mint produced coins without a mint mark, the Denver Mint produced coins with a D mint mark, and the San Francisco Mint struck special proof coins bearing an S. Each of these coins tells its own story. While millions of Eisenhower dollars were produced, finding high-grade, uncirculated, or proof-quality coins can be a challenge for collectors. The Philadelphia 1972 Eisenhower dollar has no mint mark, but that does not mean it is automatically easy to find in pristine condition. Most coins produced for circulation were handled, transported in bulk, and often received marks or scratches during their journey. Only a small percentage survived untouched by wear, making these high-grade specimens highly desirable. Collectors look for sharp detail on Eisenhower's portrait, smooth fields without scratches or bag marks, and strong luster that reflects the original strike from the mint. The Denver Mint, producing the 1972 D Eisenhower dollar, is known for slightly sharper strikes and bold details. The D mint mark is located on the obverse, just below Eisenhower's neck. While Denver struck millions of these coins, most circulated heavily, especially in casinos, banks, and cash drawers, leading to where that lowers the grade. Finding a coin that remains nearly perfect after decades is rare, and these are the examples that attract collector attention and drive value. San Francisco struck the 1972 S-proof coin specifically for collectors. These coins are a different experience altogether. Polished dies, carefully prepared planchets, and slower strikes produce deep mirrored fields and frosted details on Eisenhower's portrait. These proofs are visually stunning, and the S mint mark is a clear identifier for collectors. However, even proofs can lose their value if mishandled, so only the coins that remain flawless with full mirror surfaces command the highest prices. The design of the 1972 Eisenhower dollar is iconic. On the obverse, Eisenhower's portrait dominates, showing his strength, dignity, and character. His face is detailed, his hair is sculpted, and every line and contour conveys the weight of his legacy. Liberty stretches across the top, In God We Trust sits to the side, and the date 1972 anchors the bottom. This combination creates a coin that is instantly recognizable and historically significant. The reverse of the Eisenhower dollar is even more remarkable. Inspired by the Apollo 11 mission insignia, it depicts a bald eagle descending toward the lunar surface while clutching an olive branch, symbolizing peace and national achievement. The Earth hovers in the background, while stars and inscriptions convey unity, pride, and purpose. United States of America arches across the top, and $1 at the bottom reminds us of the coin's face value, though its collectible value can far exceed that. Collectors focus on condition, rarity, and any unique features or errors. Coins with perfect surfaces, strong luster, and sharp details are extremely valuable. In addition, error coins such as off-center strikes, die cracks, double dies, or misaligned mint marks can elevate a 1972 Eisenhower dollar to a one-of-a-kind treasure. These errors are rare and highly sought after, making them the pinnacle of collectible excitement. Even though millions of these coins were produced for circulation, the combination of size, design, historical significance, and surviving condition has created a strong collector market. Coins that were tucked away, preserved in albums, or stored carefully in collections have become increasingly rare, making them more valuable with each passing year. Now, the moment that coin enthusiasts have been waiting for. Among all 1972 Eisenhower dollars with mint marks, one spectacular, high-grade example went to auction and achieved a record-setting price, demonstrating just how collectible these coins can be. The highest recorded auction price for a 1972 Eisenhower dollar with mint mark is an astonishing amount of $5,800. Yes, a single coin, initially worth only $1 in circulation, transformed into a collectible treasure worth thousands. This is the power of condition, rarity, and collector demand. So next time you encounter an Eisenhower dollar from 1972, take a closer look. Your next great discovery might already be in your collection or waiting in an old coin roll. Today, we are exploring the 1971 Eisenhower dollar with mint mark, diving deep into its design, history, rarity, and what makes it so valuable to collectors. By the end of this video, you'll understand why even a coin that initially circulated for a single dollar can become a remarkable treasure. The year is 1971. America is emerging from a decade of turbulence and change. The 1960s had left a mark on the nation, from civil rights movements to space exploration, and now the country was looking for symbols of strength and unity. Dwight D. Eisenhower, America's 34th president and the legendary World War II general, had already left an indelible mark on history. The Eisenhower dollar was introduced to honor his contributions, combining the dignity of his leadership with the pride of American achievements, including the historic Apollo 11 moon landing just 2 years earlier. The 1971 Eisenhower dollar was minted at Philadelphia with no mint mark, at Denver with a D mint mark, and in limited proof versions at the San Francisco mint marked with an S. Each version tells its own story and carries its own level of rarity. While millions of these coins were produced, surviving coins in pristine condition are far less common, and that is what collectors seek above all else. The Philadelphia 1971 Eisenhower dollar, lacking a mint mark, is often the most readily available. However, availability does not mean quality. These coins were struck in large numbers for circulation, meaning many endured handling, bank bags, and everyday wear. Finding one with sharp details, smooth, reflective fields, and no signs of circulation is surprisingly rare. These high-grade examples are the ones that attract serious collectors and bring real value. The Denver 1971 D Eisenhower dollar carries a D mint mark just below Eisenhower's neck on the obverse. While Denver coins were produced with excellent strikes, many still saw heavy circulation. A 1971 D Eisenhower dollar in uncirculated condition is considered a gem because large coins like this are prone to nicks, scratches, and bag marks. Collectors treasure coins that have retained their original luster and sharpness over 5 decades. San Francisco proof coins of 1971, the 1971s, were made exclusively for collectors. These coins were struck on polished planchets using specially prepared dies, producing mirror-like fields and frosted details. Proof coins are instantly recognizable and are highly sought after when graded in pristine condition. Even minor imperfections can drastically reduce their value, which makes flawless proof examples incredibly desirable. The design of the 1971 Eisenhower dollar is both bold and meaningful. On the obverse, the portrait of Dwight D. Eisenhower dominates. His stern expression, detailed hair, and defined jawline convey strength, leadership, and respect. Liberty stretches across the top, "In God We Trust" sits near the profile, and the date 1971 anchors the bottom. The clarity and detail of the design are key factors in the coin's appeal. The reverse design is inspired by the Apollo 11 mission insignia. A bald eagle descends toward the lunar surface while clutching an olive branch, symbolizing peace and national achievement. Earth floats in the background, representing America's place in the world and its accomplishments in space. The words United States of America and $1 complete the design, with stars surrounding the eagle to symbolize the states and unity of the nation. Collectors look for several key features when evaluating a 1971 Eisenhower dollar. First, the condition. A coin with original mint luster, crisp details, and smooth surfaces is far more valuable than one with wear or scratches. Second, the mint mark. Philadelphia coins are often more common, while high-grade Denver and proof coins are rarer and more collectible. Third, any errors or varieties, such as double dies, off-center strikes, or unusual planchet issues, can make a coin one-of-a-kind and highly sought after. Although many 1971 Eisenhower dollars were circulated, the ones that survived in exceptional condition are now treasured by collectors. Grading services like PCGS and NGC provide official verification, and coins graded MS65 or higher can command significant attention. Proof coins graded PR67 or PR68 often attract even higher demand due to their visual appeal and scarcity in perfect condition. The 1971 Eisenhower dollar represents more than just its face value. It represents a piece of history, a symbol of American achievement, and an opportunity for collectors to own something rare. High-grade examples, uncirculated business strikes, and flawless proofs demonstrate the value of careful preservation and the joy of discovering a coin that has withstood the test of time. Now we arrive at the moment every collector eagerly anticipates. Among all the 1971 Eisenhower dollars with mint marks, one exceptional, high-grade specimen achieved an extraordinary result at auction, showing the true potential of this remarkable coin. The highest recorded auction price for a 1971 Eisenhower dollar with mint mark reached an astonishing amount of $4,500. Yes. A coin that originally spent its life in circulation for $1 became a collectible treasure worth thousands, simply because it survived in superb condition. This is the magic of coins, history, and numismatic collecting, a reminder that sometimes the most ordinary-looking coins can hold extraordinary value. So the next time you stumble upon a 1971 Eisenhower dollar, examine it closely. Look at the mint mark, inspect the surfaces, and consider its condition. You may be holding a coin that tells a story, preserves history, and holds the potential for remarkable value. Keep hunting, stay curious, and cherish every coin you encounter, because the next hidden treasure could be just a coin roll away.